Les Canadiens de Montreal jouent ce soir. I don't think I'm going to put this video out tonight. Okay, I'm kind of feeling a little bit better. Montreal returns home tonight. They play against the Utah Mammoth. Is this the first time they've played against them since they've been named the Mammoth? I don't know. Who cares? Let's talk about it. I think in the last video I said I was getting sick. Well, I'm sick. My son is sick. My wife is sick. My daughter is sick. We're all sick. But there was no way I was not going to recap this game. I might as well do it now. This was a fantastic game. We've got a lot to talk about, so let's get to it. But first of all, if you're not already subscribed, please consider subscribing. We're trying to hit 19,000 subscribers and we're so close. We could do it this video. It's not likely, but we could. Everyone else, hit that like button. It helps me out with probably findability. I don't know, something. Alors, qu'est-ce que la première chose qu'on faut faire? What's the first thing we got to do, guys? We got to go over the formation of départ. Au français vient plus naturel ce soir. So our starting lineup. Nos attaquants, our forwards, Caufield, Suzuki, Slavkovsky, Newhook, Kapanen, Demidov, Bolduc, Doc, Gallagher, Anderson, Evans, Veleno. Nos défenseurs, our defensemen, Matheson, Dobson, Struble, Hudson, Yasuaki, Carrier, et enfin notre gardien de but, c'est Samuel Montembeault. Yeah, the controversy. He's in net tonight. We're all rooting for him. Well, maybe not all of us. There's individuals and you're fake fans. Come on. You don't want your own goaltender to succeed. You want him to do poorly. So Dobesh gets more starts. That's not a winning formula, but he's got to come up big tonight. And I keep looking for that 2-goal game. 2 goals or less, Montembeault. You need to give it to us to demonstrate you can win us some games. Tonight was Hockey Battles Cancer, and they did a ceremony with the kids. I love when they do this. It's adorable, really great moments, and Utah even thanked Montreal for allowing them to participate as well. So the opening face-off, things get off in a hurry. Utah is a team that is transitioning into a playoff type team. They've got a great young lineup with some veteran support, and I like the future for the Mammoth. I didn't like how they were first on the board.
Kevin Stenlund dropped it back in, pulled the veteran to the net. Sam Montembeault rebound, they score.
Yamamoto, 1-0, 3 minutes into the game. A defensive breakdown and a big fat rebound by Montembeault. If you guys were puck watching here, Veleno did not get in front of his guy. And again, it's first shot, first goal. 3 in a row now. On the other side of the sheet, Doc gets dumped in front of the net, and McBain is headed to the box. That's going to be interference. There's plenty of opportunities to call interference calls on this game, but after that first one, the ref said, "Yeah, you know what? That's all right. That's all we're going to give you." But the power play doesn't look so hot right away. They're not able to keep it in the zone, and although it was early, I was already feeling a little bit unsure about how this game was going to go. But luckily, Oliver Kapanen brought me right back.
Lead in rookie goals. Got it to the net. Scores!
1-1. Oliver Kapanen now leads the league in rookie goals. And what I loved about this play is it started in the defensive zone. Yasuaki transitioned the puck, did a good job battling for it, and the guys jumped on the rush and made the play to pot this goal. But that's all the action I'm going to talk about for the first period. Shots were 5 for the Habs, 4 for the Mammoth, 1-1 game after 1. Second period starts. Kirby Dach goes on a break, but drops it for, oh my gosh, this irritated me. Kirby Dach goes on a break, but drops it for Gallagher, who is not able to pick up that pass for whatever reason. But then when Utah goes back the other way, Arbor Jacki rocks his guy along the bench, and then Bolduc takes a penalty for interference. I think what happened here was Bolduc ran a pick behind the net, so he's going to the box. On the PK, they're doing good work, but look at Montembeault. He's really positioning himself well. He's tracking the puck well. This is heartening to see. Short-handed on that same penalty, Evans flips the puck ahead and finds Newhook. Newhook almost seals the deal, but he puts it off the post on the break. Man, Newhook, I mean, if it's a game of inches, if he just got a couple of these goals off the post, he'd be leading the league. Hopefully he gets another chance later in the game. So now we see Josh Anderson go down after getting interfered with. This is very obviously in your face interference call. and the Bell Center is letting the refs have it. This is a huge miscall. Anderson is on the ice arguing with the referees, which never helps, but it also makes it so much more painful when Lawson Krause makes it 2-1 for the Mammoth.
Well, here comes McBain with room. McBain, a Carconi, dropped it, scores!
So on that same play that the refs missed the interference call on Anderson, the referees get sprung with a stretch pass. The Utah Mammoth gets sprung with a stretch pass on the transition. Montreal is not playing their position very well, probably because Anderson is arguing with the referees. They perform an awful line change, and they look ridiculous here. So that's 2-1 for Utah. Rough play. You're hoping that they shake that off really quick, and they do.
Now Dobson will grab it. Dobson to Caufield. Caufield scores!
Cole Caufield makes it 2-2. A great response. And when you have a player like Cole Caufield who can just go and do this, you know, find like 4 inches of daylight behind Vejmelka, put it top corner behind the blinds, man, sheesh. That's a stunner. That's going to take the momentum away from your opponent. Also liked when they cut to the fans here, there was like a little hot dog celebration. I don't know if anybody else noticed that. On the other side of the sheet, Montembeault is looking confident and looking like he knows where he needs to be. And now some more shenanigans with the referees. Kapanen gets tripped. Nobody's arm goes up. Bell Center is incensed. But maybe that's not such a bad thing because this happens.
Up the ice with it.
Holy mutter, good Lord, thunder and Jesus. Newhook with a right good one. Never mind about that missed penalty call. Who cares? What a goal by Alex Newhook. This is like someone did a callback to Junkies Mario Armia. Someone says that's Alex Lemieux. 6'5", 235 pounds. He's our new rookie. And the Newhook line doesn't stop there. They're going crazy, giving me hope on a line that could provide some pretty solid supplemental scoring. That's going to be it for the second period, though. 20-12 in terms of shots for Utah. Montreal leads after 2, though, 3-2. Now we're headed to the third period. Arber Xhekaj is playing not such a quiet game, having a great game after having a pretty good game the other night. He's putting up big hits. He's entering the zone. He's making his shifts have prolonged offensive zone time. Really, really good to see from Xhekaj. Now Suzuki and Slav are working on a 2-on-1, but Vejmelka read the play really well here. And I'm talking about Xhekaj again. Xhekaj gets a great opportunity here, sees his chance and continues to put pressure on. I like this about Xhekaj, that he could put those shots on the net. It just seems like he can't find the back of the net, but also his peers aren't able to collect the loose puck either. It's just unlucky for Xhekaj. I'd like to see him get more points because he is capable. There's someone on the team that is extremely capable of getting points, and it's this guy right here.
Towards the net, tipped wide, Caufield in front, scores!
Cole Caufield makes it 4-2. Matheson is now doing a pretty good job to prolong the play. Caufield stuffs it on Vejmelka, and the ref calls off the goal. They reviewed the play. The goal definitely goes in here. You could tell by Cole's reaction. He knew that the puck went in. Once I see the player headed to the bench and giving like high fives, you know that the puck went in. After shutting the door on the second goal and winning the crowd back after letting in the very first shot of the game, Montembeault puts an exclamation point on having his confidence back, and you could feel it. You could feel like he's not letting another goal in this game. The game is now dying down. Utah is wanting to pull Vejmelka to get an extra guy out there. But Evans, Anderson, and Veleno are doing great blue-collar work, keeping the Mammoth in their own end, not allowing the Utah Mammoth to change. They finally get the opportunity to change, and it goes haywire. There are too many men on. They can't pick up the puck, and just check it out.
Just to work by that line to do just that. Look out. Turning after Utah. Never can touch the puck.
Suzuki, 5-2. Montreal has Utah completely confused here. Terrible line change. The Canadiens take advantage, and Suzuki has his 4th of the season. How's Suzuki doing in terms of stats? I think that will tie him for points with Mikko Rantanen, Connor McDavid, and Kirill Kaprizov. It's insane that Macklin Celebrini and Connor Bedard are 1st and 2nd currently. That is good news for Canadian hockey. Now, where were we? Oh yeah, Kirby Dach.
Holy Mata, lost it. Kirby Dach has got a breakaway. Dach with Cole on his back.
Kirby Dach makes it 6-2 with like a minute left. Utah is just done at this point. They're playing really sloppy. They're trying to force things into the zone. Dach makes a great defensive play here and goes on the break. Great patience and a great move to bury this. Dach, what's that? 4 goals in 3 games or something? Yeah, that's right. Doc is on a heater. Go Kirby Doc. But that's going to be the game, guys. Montreal wins it. 22 points. 2 points ahead of the Bruins. The Bruins are still viable for some reason. They're 4 points ahead of Tampa, and you're hoping that things in the East start to separate a little bit because it is still kind of a tight race over there. Yeah, the Sabres and Columbus are at the bottom of the East with 14 points. That's not so far away. Final thoughts. What can I say about this game? You know, everybody played a pretty solid game. There's a couple of flubs by Bolduc, but overall he looked good. He was forechecking strong. Still, I feel like there's a little bit of inconsistency with that line. At times it seems like they're trying to do everything and they're doing nothing because of it. It would be a shame to move Demidov or Newhook from that second line, but I don't see Gallagher as a fit. Anyway, that's something to think about another time. Somebody did ask me if I could like review the lines and review the players, how they're doing so far this season. I might do that like on an off day, but I mean, I'm not an analyst. A lot of that stuff it's eye test stuff for me. And I love breaking down plays and stuff like that, but I don't keep constant stats on players. It was great to see that top line clicking again. That Newhook goal was phenomenal. Hudson was out there making all sorts of offensive plays, but he was being paired up a lot with line 3 and line 4, trying to make those lines productive, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, it didn't work. He was throwing passes all over the place and nobody was picking them up. And then maybe the best story of the night is Montembeault. Looks like he's got his confidence back, although it wasn't like a huge shot tally. It's like I said before this game, I wanted to see 2 goals or less, and that's what he gave us. So 27 shots. So he stopped 25 shots. That's darn good. But it is 11:56. I'm ahead of schedule a little bit, but morning comes early. I got to go to bed. I got to get some more liquids in me. I got to pick up some orange juice in the morning. Hope you're all having a great night. Thank you so much for all of your support. Send me some good vibes. Hopefully I feel better when I wake up tomorrow. I really don't think I will. Like I feel like horrible, guys. Take care of yourself, wash your hands, and yeah, you know what to do. Hit that like button. It helps me out with, I don't know, search results or something. Subscribe if you're not already subscribed. I would love to have you. And as always, I will see you down in the comments.